Good evening, friends. Good evening. Listen, if you were shocked by my topic, good. No, listen, here in relationships, when we think about difficult relationships, when we think about our marriage, when we think about the most difficult things within marriage, a lot gets triggered around the holidays. And I want you to think about why. We have so much trauma wrapped around the holidays that we may not realize is there. We may not realize that we're traumatized by our families of origin all around the holiday season. So, hi, Miss Jonah Johnson. So here's the thing, is you have to be looking into the future, looking into the holidays, kind of with an outline in mind. Because if it's going to be like all the previous Christmases, all the previous holidays, what comes up for us? We get so freaking triggered. Okay, and so this is what I know about marriages. Marriages are put to the test around the holiday season. Because guess what? Hubby has his idea of the way things should go around the holidays, and you have yours. And sometimes those match and sometimes they don't. Like, think about it. Most people, they get depressed around the holidays. They fight around the holidays. Things go to shit around the holidays. And why? Because there's no plan. There's no plan. Do you have any idea why you get triggered around these events called Thanksgiving, Christmas? Like, why do we get triggered? And all of it goes back to our childhood experiences. All of it does. Have you noticed that with your family of origin, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, that you get triggered a lot? And if you don't have a plan, if you have not worked through your traumas, if you've not worked through those perhaps unforgivenesses that you have, then what's going to happen is you're going to get around all your family, your aunts, your uncles, brothers, sisters, mom, dad, and you are going to get triggered. With the women that I work with, that I talk with, a lot of them do not look forward to the holidays. Christmas is fun. It's fun to get ready for everything and give the kids give the gifts to your kids. But then afterwards, you got to go to whose house? And then what experience is it going to be like with all your family members? Is it particularly happy? Like, do you have memory? Like, what is your experience like? Now, if it tends to be negative, if you tend to get triggered by your family, there needs to be like a plan. Like, don't do the same thing every single year thinking, ooh, this year is going to be different. No, if it's not an enjoyable experience for you, why are you doing it? Why are you doing the things that everyone else wants you to do just because they want you to do it? When do your wants, needs, desires get to go to the top? So I'm not saying don't work on those relationships with your family members, because I believe that they highlight very intricate things that you hold within you as far as your traumas. Like, if you haven't worked through your traumas, definitely do that. If it's not with me, pick someone else, okay? But if you don't work through your traumas, you are going to get so triggered by your family of origin, because the most traumatizing years of your life are when you lived in that house with all those people. And then you're fixing to go back with them for this big, lovely dinner that you do every year, and you do this and you do that and you do this. Do you ever stop to think, why am I doing this? Do I really enjoy it? Or did I just take on all these like ideas from the culture around me, from my family, from the whatever? Like, that's what we do as human beings. We just like freaking take on everyone else's beliefs and say, this is what we do because mom did it and grandma did it and her mom did it, and on the story goes. I invite you to create your own traditions, your own rituals recreate that. Like, create what you want. Maybe this is a time where you get to sit down with your family and kind of draw it from everyone else. Hey, what would you like to do if we're totally revamping Christmas, if we're totally revamping Thanksgiving, then what would you like to do? Like, what fun things can we, because here's what I know about people. We're so ritualistic. We do this thing and we don't change much. We don't change much, if at all. So one thing you could start to do is get really intentional about your holidays. What would you like to create for the future years? What would you like to create for your family in the future? This is the time to do it. Don't wait a month, 2 months to start thinking about this. No, start to think about it now. I'm already starting to plan my 2024. Like, you get to be so intimate with the details of your life that you get to literally pick each step. Instead of just waiting for things to go down the same way they did last year and the year before and the year before. No, press pause. Press pause and say, no, this year I'm doing something different. I'm going to keep those things in there that I like. I like these things, so those stay. These things I don't like, they go. These people get to stay, I like them. Those people go, I don't. It's not that you don't like them. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, we are so ritualistic, and this is the time that I'm inviting you to look at those rituals and say, why am I doing this? And if you're doing it because you love it, perfect. Keep it in there. And if you're doing it because it's always been done, scrap it. Come up with a new idea. Sit down with your family. Say, we've got a new idea. Like, this gets to be fun for all of us. Everyone gets input. And if you do this, I promise you will have such an amazing holiday with your family. You will have a time of real connection because they got to vote on what they wanted to do. They got to be part of the creation of this event. Think about if you did that for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for all of December, for all of November, like for all of October. Like, what if you got so intimate with the details that you were like, I'm going to create something brand new for these months, and everyone's in on it, and it's going to be so fun, so killer. Do that. Do that. Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to do it. If you are going to create a brand new pattern for this year, 2023, whole new pattern. And from this, my guess is if you actually do this, from this, what will come is the opening of everything for you. Your life will start to open up because you'll be like, that was so fun. What do I get to create next? What do I get to create next? What's going to be next? Then go into next year and be like, what can I create this year? It's going to create this momentum where you're going to be so in love with life and not just do the day-to-day. This is what we do. Oh, this is what I do every day. This is what I do every Monday. This is what I do every Tuesday. This is what I do every Wednesday. Well, what if you scratched all that and say, just because I've done it every day up until this day doesn't mean I'm going to do it forevermore. If it's a habit that serves you, that serves your purpose, do it. If it is a habit that does not serve your purpose, do not do it. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then you get to get really detailed with that. What are the intimate details of what you would like to create? And if you are not intimate with those details, I promise you'll just flounder around in life, and you'll be on your deathbed and you'll be like, oh, what the fuck did I do with all that time? Oops, sorry, language. But you really will. And I've been with not lots of people, but I've been with people on their deathbeds, and that is the time where they really reflect. And if this is just, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Don't get to the end of your life and be like, whoa, where did all that time go? You get to be so intimate with the passions you hold, with the way you want to, the way you want to work your time here in your meat suit. Like, you get to create that, and we don't create it by accident. We do it on purpose with intention. So What is your intention for the holidays? Are you going to freaking be in love with the holidays? Are you going to create some delicious new rituals with your family? Are you going to come up with like brand new stuff? And I promise if you make your life fun like this and you're constantly assessing what works and what doesn't work, if this is just a pattern you have, like every month, every week, hey, what's working for my life? What's working for the time I'm spending? Then you will get so good at life. You'll get so good at drawing to you and manifesting the life that you want. And you will get so good about eliminating the things that suck in your life. Your life doesn't have to suck. It could be really fun. Your life gets to be fun. So that's my invitation to you. I hope you loved this. If you did, let me know. And if you have a topic for tomorrow, let me know that too. Have a great night.